Hello everyone, Prof Sales live login once again. Let's get this set up here. Should be up in just a moment. And hope you guys are having a great Monday. Change this around just a little bit and see if our sound is working right. Hopefully we will not have a sound issue today. They're having a great Monday. Oh, no sound issue. That's a positive. All right, so while we wait for a few people to fill in, just wanted to say that I hope everything's going well for you guys today. First day of the week, or maybe your week starts on Sunday. But either way, hopefully you are doing well, moving forward with your goals, finding lots of good stuff to sell, and working on your business and not in your business. I see a couple people have already filtered in. Let me know, guys, in the chat room if you can hear me okay. I believe the sound is okay, but I just want to make sure, just tell me that if the sound is fine. Just been having a few issues with that as of late, so I just want to make sure that the sound is working correctly. Hello from the SIP. What's that mean? I'm not sure what the SIP means. What exactly is the SIP? So I wanted to share with you guys, I'm going to be doing a screen share here in a moment. It's going to let a few more people filter in, and doing a screen share for Gene's results from yesterday. Seems like, even though I said this wasn't going to be an everyday vlog, it seems like it's becoming a everyday vlog. MS, oh, Mississippi, the SIP. Well, hello from the Ink. North Carolina, Ink, right? NC, I guess. I don't know. I don't think we have a cool nickname like that. Carolina, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, I'm going to be sharing what happened overnight and what's happened so far today. I just had a sale come through for some jeans at my regular price, which is encouraging to see. As some of you guys know, I've been hoping that these jeans will sell for regular price, and that's how I've been pricing them. My whole store is still on sale for 20% off, but that sale will be ending soon, just in a few more days, the end of the month. And as you guys probably know on eBay, when you put items on sale in your store, like markdown, when you post new items, you list new items, those items are not part of the sale. So I'm getting more and more full-priced items, as I call them. So I definitely am curious to see how that's going to affect my sales as that go. I'm also listing items at 30 days. 30-day listings, buy it nows. I'm slowly going to transition out of the good till canceled, as I've said before. In case you haven't seen that in my other videos, the idea is that the renewing of listings will help you keep your listings fresh in eBay's search algorithms and theoretically keep them near the top. Not sure if that's true or not. I don't think that any of us know 100% exactly how that works other than eBay, but it's what I'm going to try, and I'm going to hedge my bets with that. I did want to say last night, it was funny. I was listing I was listing some items that Karin had shot pictures of, and literally 10 minutes later, one of those items sold. I mean, I don't even know if it was 10 minutes. And it was a pair of 7 for All Mankind's that had the 7 on the back. There's 2 pair of 7 for All Mankind's that I find are really, really good. The A pockets, they have the letter A embroidered basically on the back. Those seem to do really well. And the ones with nice 7s that are embroidered on the back as well. And these really were a nice pair of jeans. I mean, they're pretty striking. It didn't surprise me they sold. It surprised me they sold in 10 minutes. So that was pretty cool. They were literally still on the stack on my desk. I had not even taken them upstairs and put them in inventory yet. And that happens from time to time, and I think that's just a testimony to always be, keeping your listings fresh, always try to be listing on a regular basis. as you never know when somebody's, shopping through jeans and yours might pop up as the most recent item. Sometimes people shop that way. They put that filter on to look at the most recent listings. And I'm sure that's what this person did, because it could have barely even been indexed by, the search algorithm. So, excuse me, always congestion. But I don't know why that is when I start talking sometimes. Ken says, do you have a Facebook group? I do not. I will have a Facebook group associated with the website. And I know I keep talking about that, but, websites take a little bit of time to develop. And, I've had some good feedback from you guys saying that, you'd be interested in podcast, which is something that I am actively looking to pursue and do. I think podcasts give me a flexibility that videos do not. And I want to have that option on the website so that you can go there and find podcasts, and hopefully you guys will get some value out of them. There's lots of topics that I could explain probably in, a 7 to 10 minute podcast that don't really require a 30-minute video. So I'm looking forward to doing that and starting a podcasting series. So, it's all going to tie in together. And back to this channel as well. So you guys will have multiple options. You'll be sick of me, that's for sure. But no, in all seriousness though, I really do think that a podcast will be helpful. I think it's helpful too, because you can listen to it when you're not at your computer or phone. You don't have to watch videos. If you're driving, for instance, you won't be distracted. Listening to videos while you're driving is pretty, you can listen to them, but watching them too is not safe. So don't do that. But Facebook group is definitely in the works for, all the things I'm tying together with that website. And I've already created one. It's not public yet, but there will definitely be a Facebook group, and you guys will be able to come in, join, post what you like, talk to other sellers and so on. I'll just say this, the gist of it will be, as well as the website will be sort of the mental game of being in business for yourself, reselling, and also other aspects too. I think there's a lack of attention paid to the mental approach to reselling. And that's kind of what I like to focus on. You guys probably have seen that. To me, it's like the mental, the heart and the head lead the hands and the feet, in my opinion. And that's what I like to focus on. And that's what will be the gist of, sort of tying together a Facebook group and a website and a podcast and all these good things. King Flip says, how many listings can you guys get up in a day? That's a great question. If you guys want to answer that in the chat. What kind of listings are you talking about, King? Like any specific category of items or one specific category? Just in general, what are you saying there? I think it depends, right, on what you're photographing, for instance, how much detail you need to give. I don't know. There wouldn't be too many other factors, I guess, than those two, really. I know for jeans, I can, do, 10 an hour, no real problem. 12 starts getting to push it a little bit. You really have to be moving to get one every 5 minutes. But nothing particular, just a daily target, King says. Well, you want to think about too, King. You could think about it this way. You could think about, I was watching a show last night. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was the night before. And maybe your goal can just be to list a certain sales volume. If you're listing, say, $20 items, maybe you want to make sure you list 10 items a day, which is $200 worth. So you say, I'm going to list $200 worth of items today. That's one way to do it. Of course, the number of items could be it too, but if you're listing a lot of smalls, the number of items would have to be really high to really list that much. Say you're listing a bunch of items you're going to sell for $5. Well, even if you list 20 of them, that's only $100 worth of sales volume. So maybe sales volume is a good way to look at it. I've never really done it that way before, but I'm open to that approach. But, I'm just trying to stay ahead of my photographer, which is very difficult, by the way. I have a question. You're not planning on making an ebook guide on what jeans sell for on eBay, are you? No. I think that would be, I don't want to say useless, but markets change, tastes change, brands change. I don't know how that would really provide any value. This is the thing, gang, and I've said this before. This reselling game is not so much about what sells. I see so many people that ask successful resellers or people in business, they'll see somebody who'll post like great sales results and they'll say, oh man, you did $20,000 in sales volume this month. What are you selling? As if that was the only thing that mattered. I mean, isn't it really, guys, that you got to figure out an approach to selling, like a strategy, not just the tactics of just going to buy a bunch of things, because what that person's doing may not work for you. I mean, they might have sold $21,000 items that cost them $500 each. Well, if you don't have $10,000 in capital, you can't replicate their approach. So it doesn't necessarily matter what they're selling. It matters their approach to their business. That's what you learn from. So telling people, go out and buy all these brands. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing a video on that necessarily, but I've listed some brands that I've sold on this website, on this channel before. I mean, you can find them if you go back to some older videos, but I just don't think that, I don't think it's that useful for people. I don't think you really learn that much from them. I mean, yeah, you can go find those brands, but you still have to think about condition and size and fit and taking the right photos and writing good titles and keywords and all those things. I mean, those are important too. I mean, those are arguably more important because you can transfer those skills to other items, not just jeans. So for me, it's more about teaching how to get your mind wrapped around this business rather than just a bunch of, hey, go buy this, go buy that. I don't think that's as useful. It's useful, but it's not as useful. So sorry, that was a long answer. I'm trying not to get caught up in individual items. I am a volume guy. I want to get up to 100 listings per day. Whew, good for you, King. I mean, that's a lot of listings, man. I mean, that's solid. If you can do 100 a day, I don't care what it is. That's really good. Now, if you're selling items in bulk, like you list one item and you got 10 of them, okay. But to actually do 100 individual items, that's tough. That'd be impressive. Let us know how that goes. Who cares what they sell for if you can't find them? Hello, folks. How's the sales going? Prof Skinner. I'm going to show my spreadsheet here in just a moment. I was letting some people filter in. We've got about 17 viewers, which is awesome. Thank you guys for that. Please hit the like button if you're digging this live vlog, as we like to do. Once I bulked up to over 1,000 items in 6 months, I focus on listing 10 items a day on a weekday. I take photos and measure at least 100 items on the weekend. That's some good volume, Tracy. I mean, that's impressive. And 1,000 items is a lot. I don't care what they are. Great video a couple days ago about numbers. Would you just change the numbers if goal was a lot lower, i.e. I want wife to do 2K a month? I'm not sure what that means. Yvette says, do profits increase with quantity? Well, yeah. The actual dollars, obviously, a profit you make, even if you're making $1 a profit an item, well, if you sell more of them, you're going to make more actual dollars. The real question, Yvette, is it worth it? And I've posed this question before. $1,000 is a decent chunk of money, right? But if you have to work 1,000 hours to make it, you're probably not very interested. If you can make it in 10 hours, you'd be very interested. So really, time is the variable that matters here, not just actual dollars. But yeah, of course, if you get more quantity, you're going to increase your profit dollars, not necessarily your percentage. In general, in selling, as you do more volume, you tend to accept less profit percentage because you're making more actual dollars, if that makes sense. And you can offset with volume what you lose in margin. Definitely not. I just want to be able to coast a bit. Don't we all, King? $1,500 per month profit, not the 88K your video was. I'm still not sure what you're saying there, Ken. 15. Great video, a couple days. Would you just change the numbers if goal was a lot lower? Oh, I think I understand what you're saying now. If the goal was lower, sure. I mean, you know, we could do a whole video series about goals and goal setting and how do you come up with your numbers. And my numbers aren't going to mean the same thing to you as your numbers mean to you. Obviously, you guys are, you know, you got to kind of come up with that on your own. And it's a function of time, capital, how you see your business becoming a part of your life. Is it full-time? Is it part-time? Is it replacing an income? Is it a retirement strategy? You know, all those things make up how you come up with goals for your business. So it's hard to say one size fits all for people. Again, it goes back to what's the mental process, not do it like this. I mean, I can't teach someone, you know, when I was teaching, I would tell my students, say, I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm here to teach you how to think. So that's what a skill set you can use and you can carry with you. And you're going to evolve because you have a different set of circumstances that have formed you and your opinions and different life experiences and different agents of socialization. That's what we talked about in political science than I did. So my perception of the world is never going to be your perception of the world. And my perception of your business is not the same as your perception is of it. So you have to figure out what that looks like for you. I'm only interested in getting you to ask those questions and seek those answers rather than just blindly following what someone else does. I hope that made sense. I know it was a roundabout answer. Okay, so let's go to the spreadsheet, which I think I have up here. So I'm going to share the screen. Hopefully this will work. And there it is. Share. Okay, so yesterday was July 24th, which we see right over here. Up to 541 listings. As you guys know, this number is always one day behind in Gene listings. So I've increased 26 listings from when I started, which is good. I mean, that's almost a 20% increase this week, which is nice. But I feel like I need to increase it a lot more. Excuse me. Of course, that number is a reflection of what we listed versus what also sold. And so you see up here the number that have sold in the past 7 days. I've had 2 today. I've actually got 3 today. I just had one a moment ago. Haven't hit any more stores. That will be coming up shortly this week for more supply. We have really knocked down the listings. Karen's done a great job with photos. There's maybe 25 or 30 pair left to photograph from that initial 80 some last week. So she's done an awesome job, and those may even get knocked out tonight. In terms of listed, I've listed 44 in the last 4 days, which is 11 a day. That's okay. That probably needs to move up to more like 20 to be kind of on pace here. So I need to step my game up there a bit. 83 photos. So she's photographed almost twice as many as I have. The gross so far after yesterday is 432. A cost of goods is 112 for the jeans that actually sold. Cost of goods, by the way, only really comes in when you sell something. Before you sell it, it's technically inventory and an asset in your business because you traded money for an item. So that trips people up sometimes. Cost of goods is really, in accounting terms, is when you actually sell it, after you sell it, not when it's just sitting in your inventory. Shipping costs were 123, which is interesting. The shipping costs were more than the jeans, as you can see, because it's $5.90 to ship versus about $5.35 for the jeans. A net of 139. I should probably put in here a net profit percentage. I didn't do that, so maybe I'll create another column. Net per jean is only $664. This has to come way up. And remember I have my 20% sales, so this net per jean is kind of low. I'm still netting over 100%. You return on the investment of $535, but it needs to get up closer to $10 to really make this hit the numbers I want. And as the prices rise on these jeans in the next few months, we should see that number rise. Sell through is 67%. Which is pretty good, but not at the 1% I really want to see it at. Sell to list is 47.73. I've sold 47% as many as I've listed. And the per store average is still 9.5 with a total of 4 defects now, which will get flipped back out for either money or possibly donated. Here is the graphs. I made couple little changes these to be easier to read. Here's listings over here, days here, and we're at 541. Bought is 30 and then 84, and I haven't bought any since then, so we'll see how that changes. And here's the sold graph, so kind of all over the place, no real trend there to see. This is going to take a few weeks before we really know anything about how well, some of this is going, like sold and am I growing or not. It's too early to really tell anything at this point. So anyway, that's my numbers. So hopefully that was instructive. Let me go back. We're back. Okay. Let's see. Do some questions here. Hello, Mark. All right. Ken, you're welcome. D Skinner says, do you use best offer or just buy now? I use buy now, D Skinner, because if you list a pair of jeans at $25 free shipping, what offer are you going to get? You're going to get an offer for like $15, which means you might be around 20. And the thing is, because I don't have best offer on, it would allow them to buy it without paying right away, which I don't do. I require immediate payment on all my items. I don't want to fight the hassle of having a listing down and not showing because somebody hasn't paid yet. I don't think I'm losing anything by requiring immediate payment. Some would disagree, but I just think it's silly to sell something and not get paid right away. I don't know. I just think you run into a lot of problems that way. So I just do buy nows. I do have sometimes people will message me and ask if they can get it cheaper, in which case, if they do that, you can send them an offer. That's the way it works. And sometimes I will send them an offer, but just a little bit off maybe if it's reasonable, But again, if you do that, remember, they don't have to pay right away. So if you send an offer to someone and they accept, they do not have to pay right away. So be careful of that. How long will it take you to get to 2,500 given the amount of sales you'll have while listing? That's a great question, King. And I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for that. It might take a year. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have to see how this sell through, what that does over the next few months to get a feel for that. Number don't mean anything. I see posts in FA groups about people doing big numbers. Found out that one person was a lot of credit card debt. Yeah, I found out something interesting about that. eBay has a credit program. I didn't even know that, but eBay has a program where you can buy and then you pay it back by your sales, basically pays it back. And I guess there's a rate of interest. I'm sure there would be. And there are people who do that every month. They go in debt for $1,000, $2,000, whatever. I guess if you had something you could buy a lot of and you could get a lot of money cheaply and the interest rate was really low and what you're going to make on it made up for it, maybe it makes sense. But usually debt, especially for a new business or a small business, can be a killer. The interest can kill you. You got to make that up, and it's just not worth it. Going into credit card debt when you're a new business is rarely worth it. And even, I don't know what the interest rates are on eBay, but it's probably not that cheap. What's the lowest amount of profit you'll take in a pair of jeans before you say the margins aren't there to make it worth it? Honestly, Gristles, I would say, since I'm paying about $5.35, I really don't like to go below that amount. And that works out to about a $20 pair of jeans. Now, I am selling some cheaper than that right now, just to get some capital in the pipeline and to get rid of some older stock. But overall, I'd want to make at least my investment back. If you sell a pair for like $16 with free shipping, in my status, I think I only make less than maybe $3 net, either $2. It's not much, $2.50. Love the transparency, real numbers, learning a lot from your videos. Thank you for that, Art. I appreciate your comment and thank you for watching. Mark says he's starting to see more volume in my short career, 4 months. Record month, 55 items sold, most redeemed. Nice, Mark. That's really good. 55 is great, especially right now, this time of year. I mean, you are killing it if you're selling 55 items, and most of them are jeans. Tanya's in the house. Hey, what's good? Well, you are, Tanya. Gristle's ROI is lower on jeans, but sell quickly. Yeah, and And Gristle, I don't want you to think that you can't do that. I mean, if you're going to turn volume, I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm trying to turn volume and hold my margin. That's going to be my goal with this. And I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know. You guys are going to get to see with me. I mean, I haven't done this before, so I can't sit here and say it's going to be this. I think I know, but I don't know. And I don't know that really too many people do know. I'd be surprised if there are many jean sellers on eBay that have 2,000 plus listings, 2,500 listings of just jeans. I don't, of used jeans especially. As my inventories increased, the rate of sales has gone down drastically. Thinking of starting a second store. Now, remember, King, there is a lag time. And by the way, if you start a second store, it needs to be of a different type of merchandise. So you can't start one store and then copy it with another store. eBay doesn't like that. So be careful of that, King Flip. They may tell you need to change your store's focus if you do that because people will do that to get around the listing cap. So be careful if you do that. Just make sure it has some differences. Mark says he won't take less than 100% net profit. Yeah, I think that's a good. So if you're getting for $5, Mark, you're wanting to make $5 basically net, which is basically what I'm saying as well. I prefer to make almost twice. That's kind of the 3X rule, right? And Mark, Mark and I had an email exchange. I did check out Burlington Coat Factory earlier today, and unfortunately there wasn't a lot there, but Mark made some great points in an email to me about Burlington Coat Factory. If you have one near you, they do put jeans on clearance, and often you can find good deals on brand new jeans. But just really check your prices and really check the solds and so on with the brand and the fit that you're looking at. Not maybe the exact waist and inseam measurement, but just the fit. That's going to tell you something. And but Burlington Coat Factory is definitely a place for your clothing reseller. You can find some good deals. You just need to shop it for a bit. Tanya says she's got a Burlington near her. Yeah, I mean they're all over the place. I've got several near me, and I'm definitely going to hit some more of those. I wanted to show you guys something. Yeah, you guys can probably see I found this nice Delta faucet at Lowe's, and it's funny because I was at the Burlington, which is near my Lowe's, and or near a Lowe's, and I just said, I'm going to go in there and just source for a moment because I love Lowe's and Home Depot. You find some great things. This little guy was $94. It's a Delta faucet. It's brand new. It's not a faucet. It's a shower head, the handle, and the nozzle for the tub. And when I looked up on Amazon, it was selling for $230. So I snapped it up. Highly recommend. Again, that goes back to that higher dollar item. Yeah, I'm risking $94, but some of them have recently sold, and they've sold for that amount. So I will net on that if it sold for full price about $99. So there's my, making my money back and then some. So don't be afraid of buying those higher dollar items. Yeah, I got to tie up $94 in capital, but it'll sell. And there's great items out there like that. You just got to go look, and you got to look on a regular. Does the faucet have a great rank? It's like 500,000 in home, I think, Tanya. Well, hold on. Let me see if that's right. I can't remember. Let me look at my my record here. I scanned it a moment ago or earlier, and I just don't remember. Let's see. Home. Yeah, it's like 500,000, I think. And home is like, I think that's top 1% maybe. I don't know. Those ranks and sub ranks just drive me nuts sometimes. And sales rank is not everything. And the great thing is about it can set for a little bit because inventory storage fees won't be that much, and it's a high dollar item. So even if I pay $1 or $2 for storage over, so what? But it's a nice flip. Yeah, and several had sold. About 6 or 7 had sold. There's not a lot of offers. So be on the lookout for those. It's a Delta, which is a nice name in those, apparently. I'm not a huge connoisseur. Let me see what else people were putting. I probably missed some comments. Thrift School says, yo, Prof, what's up, Thrift? Mark says he wants to do 80 pair initially. That shouldn't be any issue at all, Mark. I would sell jeans, but they're too heavy. I like lighter items, cheaper to ship, under 16 ounces. Plus, I don't know about jeans. Well, Rhonda, you've come to the right channel. So I have lots of jeans videos, and if you ship jeans in padded flat rate mailers, which you can get free from the United States Post Office, and you're a top-rated seller with discounts and so on, it will cost you $5.90, and you can send them as far as Guam for $5.90. Because I sent a pair of jeans to Guam just a couple weeks ago. You can send them anywhere in the U.S. for $5.90. 50% is really good. I think many fall at around 33. Yeah. I get in the habit of scanning everywhere I go. Okay, all right. Was the sell-through rate on jeans, or just go about 1% sales daily? Ken, that's what we're finding out. Right now, the sell-through rate is less than 1%. It's more like 0.6, like 0.6%. So we're going to find out. I was averaging over 1% during the fall and the winter and the early spring. So I'm thinking 1% for a year might be about right. But I think this is the worst time to sell jeans. And that's what's so great about starting right now, because I have time to build up my inventory for fall and winter. It would be much harder to do this in the fall and the winter when you start, if you start listing 20 a day or even 30, but you're selling 10 or 12, well, you're not gaining that much ground. So that's what I'm trying to do. So we'll see if that 1% is a real number or not. I don't know if anybody else has done a video like this or a challenge like this, but I'd be surprised if they had. So we're writing history here, gang. So we're going to find out. I just started adding jeans. I'm hoping to make my first sale any day now. Yep, Yvette, you will. Just make sure you're pricing strategically. You have great pictures. That's incredibly important with jeans. And that you have great keywords. Don't add superlatives like nice or awesome or wonderful. Those don't matter. People don't search those terms. It should be about brand and fit and size and stretch and gender, those things. Why not dress pants are so heavy? You could do dress pants. No issue with that. I just don't think dress pants are worn as much as jeans, or people own as many. So you could definitely do them. There's definitely a market there, and you can get them cheap, just as cheap as jeans, if not cheaper sometimes. Rhonda likes the high-end stuff. Nothing wrong with that, Rhonda. High margin, right? More dollars. So great. That's awesome. She's from Denver, the Mile High City. Nice country out there. I was in Colorado Springs a couple years ago. So yeah, it's going well. Today I've got a bunch on my plate. I've got a video to make for Steve Reagan. So I'm going to be doing a video for Steve Reagan's channel. I think I mentioned it yesterday, and I've kind of finalized that today, finalized the topics. And he's going to be putting it on his channel. I'm going to try and include a link to that on one of my videos here. But I'm basically using it to bring more people into our channel, guys. And he gets some content out of it. His viewers get a new fresh face and a new perspective. And we get more people here that will participate in our community. It's a win-win for everybody. Tanya did it too. Great, Tanya. Hopefully I will get a nice bounce. I mean, I'm totally transparent here. I'm doing it here to help this channel, but I like Steve and he's a good guy, and, it's good for him too. It takes a little pressure off of him, and, helps us as well. What percentage you sell overseas? Not a lot, Thelma. It's not even 1%. It's not. So it's very little. I do the global shipping program, which I know some people have different opinions about that, but man, it only cost me $6, and I ship it off to Burlington, Kentucky, and then they take it from there. And usually wherever it's going, people actually end up spending more on the shipping than they do on the jeans. Go figure, right? So, I would still do it if I were you, because there are certain brands that seem to sell better. Like Coogee tends to sell decent in Australia. I think I've sent a couple pair to Australia out of the ones I've sold. I haven't sold a ton of Coogee, but I've sold a few. But you know, you might as well do it. Send it overseas. Why not? A lot of times, our service people, and because I will. There was one that they asked. I actually shipped to a military base, and I didn't do global shipping because they asked me if I would do it separately, and they're in the military, and I was like, you know what? I'm absolutely going to do that for them. Save them a few bucks. It was a little cheaper for them than global shipping, and I just think it was the right thing to do, right? So they're over there serving our country, and there's no way I was going to say no to that request. I think it went to Germany, if I remember right. Shoe prices are being cut to 70% right now. I got super lucky yesterday, all brand new. Well, where did you get your shoes, Yvette? Never mind. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but if you want to. So yes, shoes, good margin in shoes. The tricky part about shoes is, guys, I don't have a ton of experience, and maybe Yvette can speak to this. You really have to know what colors and sizes sell. Not just brand. Brand's important, obviously. But colors and sizes matter a lot, especially in new shoes. Like if you're selling on Amazon, there's a lot of different SKUs in shoes. That rhymed. So, but you really got to know your SKUs and it takes a little while to search that sometimes and figure that info out. But great money and profit in shoes, lots of actual dollars, as well as a good margin. So shoes are definitely a category. I've considered shoes. I just haven't got to them at this point. I have a few shoes. I just haven't sold them. I've listed a few and sold a few, but it just hasn't been a real push for me. So 22 viewers. Thank you for that, guys. That is awesome. 10 likes. Thank you for that too. Appreciate you guys hitting the like button. That really helps out. And, I forgot to tell you. So still on for tonight, Mr. Ronnie Hart himself is back. He was supposed to be on last week, but had to cancel at the last moment. And, he is supposed to be on tonight. I confirmed that with him yesterday. So unless something changes, Ronnie Hart, Hearts Pickers, one of my mentors in clothing for sure. He will be on the show tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So don't miss that. We will be having, you know, the traditional interview format, and you'll be finding out more about Ronnie, but we will also be having a little debate about haul videos. So that should be interesting, all in good fun. But Ronnie's a great guy, and he knows a tremendous amount about clothing. He knows a tremendous amount about reselling, period. But he knows a tremendous amount about clothing and, you know, what brands sell. He's done lots of brand videos over the years. He's a good friend and partner of Chad, the Golden Finger Picker. You know, they run the Reseller Society, I think, together is their page on Facebook, which has, you know, what, 15,000 members, 20,000 members, huge. And lots of good info you can find there. So I'm looking forward to Ronnie being on the show, and we'll definitely have some fun with that. Please bring your questions, because, you know, Ronnie's got a wealth of knowledge about brands and just how to approach it. And he's different than me, which is cool. So he doesn't approach it the same way as me, although we think we agree on a lot of things, but we approach it differently, if that makes sense. So, you know, so Ronnie will be on the show tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. Don't miss that. Swamp. Nice. I see what you did there. Do you have anything rare to sell? There was a whole show last night on Chris's show. I can't remember what he's calling it now, right? He's changed the name of it, his Sunday night show, and about what rare means. And I watched for probably close to an hour. And it was a good show. It was a good, lively debate. There was tons of opinions and things. But after the hour was done, I realized I don't have any better idea what rare means than I did when I started. So it's, you know, some people think it's objective. You can measure it. Other people say it's subjective. And, you know, it's you know, it's up to you. It's up to the buyer, the seller. You know, this whole idea of what's rare or not. Very interesting topic, by the way. Check it out. It's Chris. I don't know how you say Chris's last name. Curone, Curone. Not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. But you can find him under my subscriptions. He has a show, comes on Sunday night. So It's a good show. I've been on his show before, so he's a good guy. You guys should check it out. Was Cherry there? Oh boy. Yeah, she was there. Cherry Vintage, who had lots to say about what rare really means. And I don't really feel like I was that qualified to speak on that topic because it's not a niche that I get into, you know, rare items, things that could be considered rare by like a curator of a museum or, you know, that. Who knows? The walking picker. Thank you, Tanya. God, I cannot think of that to save my life. So if you see the walking picker under my subscriptions, go check out his show. He's a good guy and has lots of great topics. He has lots of great guests on his show too. He gets really good guests and he puts them together in a way that makes it a lot of fun. Yeah, so there was a debate between one of the guest hosts of the show and Cherry Picker, who is or Cherry Vintage, who is comes on a lot of these shows and comments and so on, and has a lot of knowledge about reselling in general. And that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so what does rare mean? Yeah, I don't know. I know I like my steaks medium rare, and beyond that, I have no idea what it means. And I know how to cook a medium rare steak. But other than that, I just don't know what to say about that. But it's a good show, and I did enjoy being on there and watching it. I was actually listening while I was watching, so there's no reason you can't be multitasking, guys. You can learn something while you're working, which is always good. Do you shop the bins to cut costs? Cindy Lou says. I'm not sure what you mean by bins, but sure, if it would cut cost, absolutely. So not sure what that means, but in any case, so all right, guys. Well, I think that's going to about wrap it up. We've been on for a good while now. I'm not even sure how long we've been on. I always say I'm going to get on. These shows are going to be about 10 or 15 minutes. They end up being like 45. So if you haven't already, please hit the like button before you leave here. I'm going to close this out and, you know, leave a comment on the video. You know, you guys know I like talking to you guys and try to answer all of them, at least respond. And consider subscribing, you know, that way you don't have to go searching for it. We're in for the long haul in this jean business, and appreciate you guys coming along. I really do appreciate it. You guys have helped this channel out. Share the channel if you'd like, if you know someone who you think it would help. And I will be talking to you guys. I don't even know who that is calling me. I will be talking to you guys very soon, and of course more updates, and we're just going to keep grinding away, guys. Be a little better today than we were yesterday, and we'll be even better tomorrow, right? That's how we do it. All right, so 9 o'clock tonight, catch Ronnie Hart here on Revenue Wrap, and hopefully I will see all of you on then, and take care. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you soon.